Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Karina and today I'm going to be showing you guys the digital tools that I use to lead a very organized life and in turn reduce stress, reduce anxiety, and stay on top of your game at all times. If that's something you're interested in, which trust me, you should be because it would transform your life, please stick around for this video, give it a big thumbs up, and let's just get straight into it because I have a lot of juicy tea to spill. Alright guys, so I have 4 digital tools that I use on a daily basis that really help me stay organized. Getting straight into it, the first app is going to be Google Calendar or iPhone Calendar. I personally use the iPhone Calendar, but you can use Google Calendar if you don't have an iPhone or if you just prefer it. I know that I have both because of the fact that my Amazon Alexa syncs together with the Google Calendar and it doesn't sync with iPhone Calendar. But the cool thing about these calendars is that if you need both of them or if you like both of them, you can actually sync them together and then they'll display the exact same things with the exact same colors. So that's really cool tip if you didn't know. The way that I use this app is that I make categories and I make what iPhone calendars cause calendars. And the way that you're gonna do that is you're gonna actually go onto your calendar app. I'm actually gonna do it as we speak and then put a little screen recording here, so if I'm looking down, that's why. But you're gonna get into your calendars app, you're gonna click calendars at the bottom. On the left lower corner, that's where it's gonna say add calendar. Once you click on that, you're gonna name your calendar. You're gonna scroll down. If you want it to be on a specific account, I suggest it to have it on your iCloud account or on whatever account you have your contacts or your notes synced to, because that way no matter what device you're on, your calendar will also be synced on that device. So you're gonna choose a color. Let's say I chose green for school and you're gonna press done. Then once you press done at the right corner again, when you're actually adding a new event, once you scroll down, you can see the calendar option. You click on the calendar option and then that's when you can actually choose the school option. These categories don't really do much for actual functionality, I guess, but what it really does is that it sets little folders in your brain and it kind of associates different colors with different events, so that way when you're looking at your camera, it's very organized, it makes sense, it's very functional, and it allows you to have a more organized outlook on that. It also looks really cute, so that's a plus. I highly recommend using your calendar for things that you actually need to do on a daily basis that are time commitments, because if you start putting to-do lists and homework and things that aren't really like due at a specific time, it might confuse you and it might mix two things that shouldn't be mixed, so I don't recommend doing that. Okay, so the second digital tool that I use that I love is the Reminders app. Hopefully all types of phones and devices have a Reminders app, but I know that the iPhone has one and I love it. The Reminders app can serve as a backbone for things that you might forget on a daily basis that aren't in your usual schedule. So for example, making a call to a doctor's office that's very important is a great example. But another great example of a way that you can use your Reminders app to stay very organized and stay committed to the things that you want to achieve is by putting in your Reminders app things that you want to accomplish on a daily basis. It's a great way to make sure that you're not constantly worrying about something important running by you without you even noticing, and that is just the worst feeling ever when you forget something that you knew you shouldn't have forgotten. The Reminders app kind of removes that anxiety and fear away from me because I always know that there's a backup plan and there's something that's always going to remind me. So putting that worry straight into the app and trusting that app to remind me of what I need to do. Although it sounds silly, it's just the greatest stress reliever known to man because it really helps you feel that you're not going to forget something and that worry is just completely gone because you know that your phone's going to remind you. Examples of things that you can put into your Reminders app: bills, making a call to a family member or friend. That's a great way to remind yourself, I need to call my mom today, I need to call my grandma today, I need to call my sister today. Sometimes we get caught up with life and we don't remember those important things, and making sure that we make time for the people around us and that we aren't just all work and no play. The same way that we set up the calendar list, we can also set up reminder lists. Once you open your reminders list and you go into the list section, on the right lower corner you can press add list and you can set up the same system. You're gonna name it whatever and you're gonna choose a color. You press done. You can even choose a little like icon. In that list, you can actually press the 3 little dots on the right corner and you can actually press add people. It's really cool because you can actually, once you create your list, you can even share them with people. So you have a shared list and you can assign to-dos or reminders to specific people. How my family uses it is that we have like family like reminders list, and what we do is we put our chores there and you can actually assign it to each person. So it's a great way to kind of keep yourself accountable to your chores and know who has to do it on what week. Another great way that my family could use it, which we haven't, but it would also be a great way, is to put in the reminders app. Let's say I need to pick up my brother, my mom can put in the reminders app, don't forget to pick up Kevin, and assign it to me. That way, that day, it could remind me at a certain time, whatever time she assigns, that I need to pick up my brother, and this way I would not forget. I find that amazing. I find that awesome, because this way it's like you will never get in trouble for forgetting something. You will never feel bad about forgetting something, which of course it could happen, but the likelihood is significantly decreased. And I just really encourage you to implement this app in your life in whatever capacity it may be. Okay, the third app that I use is the alarm app. Me personally, I only use the alarm app for like waking up and going to sleep, and in that sense I only have one tip, and that is if you feel that you're kind of sleeping through your alarm more often, I recommend changing the sound to your alarm, because that wakes you up because you're not used to the noise. So that's a great tip for that if you're sleeping completely through your alarm, because no one wants to sleep through the alarm. That's the scariest thing ever. Another way that I recommend using the alarm app, that I don't use it that often, but if I do need to remember something extremely important, something that you do not want to forget no matter what, like you cannot forget just because you're not looking at your phone and you don't see a reminder, is like put an alarm, because you know that thing is gonna blast and it's for sure to remind you, because you are not gonna not hear that super loud alarm. Is gonna traumatize you. Put the alarm that you use to wake up, because everyone knows that the alarm that they use to wake up is like triggering. But examples, an interview, picking up someone from the airport, things that you don't usually do but that are very important, so that you're more likely to forget because you don't usually do it. I recommend using this app. Last but not least, the new app that I have found out, that I have talked about in my video, the past couple of videos already, is the Dawn app. It's kind of like a digital planner that you can have on your phone that has your to-do list regularly throughout the week on it. Obviously you have to input it manually, but it's constantly there. It's awesome. I recommend using this app in the same way that I used it on my previous video. I kind of went more into detail, and that is just pretty much going in on Sundays or whatever day you start your week and putting in your to-do list for the entire week all in one go. This way you don't have to constantly be putting in a to-do list daily. There's no chance that you might forget something. Your week is very nicely set up where you can have a good amount of free time on the days that you would like, and you aren't overstuffing days because you haven't planned it out adequately. It's also a great way for someone who doesn't carry their planner with them at all times to kind of have that to-do list digital planner there. If they don't carry it with them, they have that secondary place to have it. You can actually make a widget on your iPhone with this app, so it's a cute little like to-do list that stays on your home screen. If you're an iPhone user, you know what I'm talking about. So I have it like that. It's great because it's always there when you open your phone, and it looks cute too, but it's great because you know that you have to complete certain things that day. You know what you can and cannot do. It's super satisfying to check off your to-do list, and it's also very satisfying to know you have your entire week perfectly laid out, where you're not gonna overpack one day and then have one day completely free. Although you could obviously have a free day, you really don't want to have a super stuffed day where you're super overworked, and at the end of the day you probably won't finish it up because you're so overbooked and you're so stressed about everything that you have to do that you just might not get to every single thing that you plan to get to. So yeah, I highly recommend that app. I love it, and even though it's a new addition to my digital tools that keep you organized, I highly recommend it. It's one of the best, if not the most important one, other than the calendars app, to this segment of my week. Those are the 4 apps, you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. If you have any suggestions or any other apps that you find might be beneficial, please let me know, because I am constantly on the lookout for ways to improve my scheduling and improve my organization. Take my word for it, or just try it out and take your own word for it, because trust me when I tell you, you will never fail with organization. Can you tell I love organization? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you liked today's video. I know that these are things that I'm very passionate about, if you couldn't tell already. But again, any specific questions, let me know down in the comments below. I will definitely get to you. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next week.